beautiful, how are you today? I'm glad that you could join me. I actually have been talking to my administrator, Ruth. She's awesome, my administrative assistant, and the other day we were talking about a meme that's been going around on the internet that has been getting some attention recently, and it sparked a conversation. We really started to think about this meme. The meme went something like, if you were handed a book of everything that anybody has ever said about you that's negative, would you read it? Now, of course, I would not want to read it. I kind of want to, but I'd probably burn it. But that got me thinking, it's not what other people say about me, especially the people I don't even know, like the cashier at the grocery store. She says something negative about me, or somebody who I think is my friend says something negative about me that says more about them than it says about me. I started thinking the real question that I wanted to ask myself and others was, if somebody handed you a book of all of the negative things you'd said about yourself, whether in your head or in public, would you want to read it? And that really got me thinking, because I'm pretty sure my brain has said more negative things about myself than anybody else in the world has said about me. And that's the one thing that can affect me. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, was the fact that what other people say about you or think about you is really not that important. That reflects on them more than it reflects on you, and really it's not going to affect your day-to-day unless you choose to let it affect you. Now, the things that you say about yourself affect you every day and almost in every way. So I wanted to talk a little bit about our self-talk today, especially because I know those of you who are in the 365 program with me and you're doing the organizational challenges, some days can feel like you're maybe not as successful as others if you did not get around to the challenge for that day. Sometimes we get hard on ourselves. Sometimes we get hard on ourselves because we did not do as well as we thought that we would do with either purging items or getting things organized. Things did not work out exactly how we wanted. And just in our regular day-to-day in work, I'm sure all of you have been in that position where you just kind of felt down on yourself and like you weren't quite what you wanted to be. So that's kind of the focus of today. We want to burn the book of everything negative you've ever said about yourself and choose some new ways of being. So, for example, if you happen to have things surrounding you that reflect a part of you that you aren't actually happy about, for example, we were talking, my administrative assistant Ruth and I, about the sign says, "Pardon the mess, but we're making memories," at the entrance to your house. It's funny, I think it's hilarious, and there's truth in it. We can't only be cleaning because we have to live life too. But at the same time, if you're seeing that every time you walk into your house, you're telling yourself that you are a messy person or you are a messy family. And that might not be true. It might be temporarily true, maybe at the moment. Things are messy, but you are not messy. And when we put things like that around us, subliminally, subconsciously, they sink in and they start to affect us. So think about what you're putting around yourself. I know a lot of times I try to put empowering things, like that one, around myself, so that way I'm seeing positive, uplifting things all the time. So when my negative self-talk starts to creep in, I've got things around me to help it get back out. Another thing is that on Facebook, a lot of times I see people posting the negative things going on. Sometimes it's okay to do a little bit of a vent or a rant or express something that's really going on in your life that you'd like support for. But when you're doing it really often, or you're posting things about yourself that might not be great, like "I'm such a hot mess," then that might not be the best message to be sending yourself. It's funny, we all feel it sometimes, but when you're putting that out to the world, you're really telling that to yourself over and over and over. And when you put something out to the world, you believe it about yourself even more than if it's just you quietly saying it to yourself. So what we're telling the world affects us, and we start to believe what we're saying. So speak kindly about yourself in the world. Another habit that I have been bad at in the past and I've gotten better at, that I would love to see people embrace, because all of you deserve this, is when somebody gives you a compliment, I'd love it if every single one of you would respond with just thank you. So if they say, you know, that outfit looks amazing on you today, instead of replying, oh thanks, but it's a little bit tight because I've gained weight, or something that then negates the compliment, I want you to start owning it. Just really say thank you and really receive the compliment, because we don't get enough compliments in life these days, so we might as well really embrace them when we get them. So when you get a compliment, say thank you and just receive it, and do not say anything that contradicts that compliment. Just let it be. It's a hard one for a lot of us, but it's important. Also, rephrase when you hear yourself saying things, whether inside of your head or outside of your head. Rephrase. So if you're running around and you're having a rough day and you think, you know, oh, I'm such a failure because this is not working out, as soon as you catch yourself doing that, rephrase. And you don't even have to rephrase to, I'm the most amazing person in the world, because you might not feel like it right then, and we do always want to speak honestly to ourselves, but it might be, oh, right now I'm failing at this one task, but I am not a failure. So separating out, identifying yourself with something that you're failing at or something that's not going well versus the actual task itself, and really seeing the difference between those. Because when you call yourself fat, then that means that who you are in your core is fat. And that's not true. When you say, I have some fat, that means it's a temporary thing. There is some fat on you. That's okay, because that can be resolved. It's not part of who you are. And it's wonderful. I'm not saying lie to yourself, but I'm also not saying beat yourself up over things or identify with things that are not meant to move you forward in life. So that was my thought for today. I know that's kind of a longer one. It really sparked so many thoughts when we had this conversation, when Ruth and I were talking, and just how important it is to all of the negative things that you say about yourself, which is more than anybody else in the world would ever say about you. And if anybody read the book of negative things you'd said to yourself, I'm pretty sure they would disagree with 99.9% of the things that you said. So be kind to yourself. Start speaking to yourself in a new way, telling yourself today that you are awesome and amazing and beautiful, because you really are. I wanted to say thank you to my new subscribers. We've got so many new subscribers on YouTube. Next week I will be able to list the names. Right now there were so many I did not have a chance to even compile them. I want to say hi to Anselm and Mary. I see you on. It's so good to see you again. I'm sorry that it's been a challenging summer, Anselm. It looks like you've been very, very busy, but I'm glad to see you back and in action again. And Mary, I'm glad to hear that your move went well. Congratulations. Also, I have at the the beginning of August, the ADHD for High School Success course is launching. So if you wanted to find out more about that course and get on a list for future ADHD courses, I will be doing an Adulting with ADHD course about productivity and organizing and just how to manage life when you have ADHD. Hop on over to sparkorganizing.com/ADHD to find out more all about that. And you can also get a quick freebie. It's how to be successful in high school. It's some homework tips that work not only for high schoolers, but it also works for all of us business professionals in the office. Some of the same things, just adapted. So hop on over there, sparkorganizing.com/ADHD, And I look forward to seeing you back here on the Spark Facebook page every Thursday at 11 a.m. and over on my YouTube channel. You might be watching this as a replay on my YouTube channel, where if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe so that you can get all the notices, because I do this all the time. I love you all so much. You truly are amazing people. Every one of you has so much value to add to the world, and I want you to really embrace that. Thank you so much. Bye, Mary. Bye, Anselm. And I will see you all next week. Keep being wonderful. I love you.